All right. So good morning, friends. Welcome. It's Happy Friday. Judith. We have a 45-minute class, all levels. So basically what we've done is combine the 30-minute class that used to be on Friday with the hour class that was on Friday that followed it at 10. So basically what this is you can do these movements, and if you have anxiety about getting onto the floor and getting back up again, you don't have to do that. You can stay in your chair, or you could also do some other movements that you enjoy. So you can use that last 10 or so minutes to your advantage. So I'm highly recommending everyone stay through Shavasana, because that's when the body has an opportunity to absorb what we've just done. And you get a chance to like decompress and sort of get back down, really calm, hopefully. That's the idea of Shavasana. So on that note, what we use in this class is a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you could substitute it with a beach towel, maybe a folded blanket. Both of those should be on a carpeted surface, because if you attempt that on a tile or wood surface, your joints will definitely complain. At least mine do. So avoid, obvious pain if you can. So here's a standard yoga strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, that's easy to substitute. You could find a long skinny scarf, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie, a belt, anything like that would work. 2 yoga blocks. This is the styrofoam version. I don't recommend the bamboo version, just these styrofoam ones. They're just nice to have. They're like arms extenders for me. So they're very useful to have and not that expensive. Also, I have things like a rolled up towel. This is my fake bolster. I've affixed it with rubber bands, homemade by Variety. And then I've got a squishy mat for padding. You could take some small cushions from the sofa or the bed, not a bed pillow, something small, or you could fold up a towel or blanket as well. And there's a squishy ball floating around here. These are nice to have too, optional, of course. So don't panic if you don't have that. And then I have 2 sets of hand weights here. Hand weights also are optional. This is a set of 1-pounders. I have a set of 2-pounders there, nothing heavier than 2 pounds. Only add the weights in if you think if everything has gotten too easy and you want to add more challenge. And then you can figure out, is this enough? Is this too much? That kind of thing. So that's up to you. Of course, we have a chair. This is a standard metal folding chair. Definitely no wheels on your chair, and preferably no arms, because we move side to side. Or you could use your chair for balance purposes, little stability. Maybe you have an available wall that you could use for balance, or maybe a large piece of furniture like a bookcase, something that's not going to fall over when you push weight on it. So that said, I'm happy to answer questions at the end of class. Let's get started with the feet underneath the hips. And we're just going to lift the heel, right heel, place it down, left heel, place it down. So it's a very small shift in the weight. And as you lift each heel, think about spreading the 5 toes wide. We're pumping fresh blood, life force, chi into the feet and the toes. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels come down. We lift the right heel, circling. Now, it's the ankle joint initiating the movement, not the knee or the thigh. Everything else is passive. Focus your attention on the ankle joint. Any pops or crunches, any sore spots, sticky spots, breathe into those areas for 4, 3, 2, 1, and circling the opposite direction as you find the opportunity, and noticing any differences in this direction, if any. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift and then float the right heel down, shift the weight to your right leg, lift the left heel. Same idea, you're standing tall on the supporting leg, the right leg, your right leg, and you're circling your left ankle joint. Noticing any differences in this ankle joint compared to the other one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the other direction. Slowly, noticing any changes or not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake out the feet and the legs. And then from here, let's just do like a little movement with the legs, like almost a minimal march. We're just going to take the heel in front, nice and easy. So just a little movement of the legs, opposite arm and opposite leg. Maybe you want to cross over the midline with the arms, keeping the legs sort of centered. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Now, if you want to make it a little more challenging, 8, 7, or stay where we were, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And then slowly, slowly coming down to stillness, marking your spot with your feet. And then slowly, slowly coming down to stillness. Let's take the feet a little bit wider, shoulder width apart, and start moving those hips in a circular fashion. You're going to inhale as you go forward, exhale, squeezing the navel to spine as you circle in the back. Again, noticing any spots that feel sore or tight or sticky. Breathing into those areas for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Corkscrewing back to center. Now the hips go in the opposite direction. Noticing any differences, if there are any. Maybe, maybe not. And here again, no self-judgment. No competition, even with yourself. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Corkscrew back to center. Now shoulders roll forward, up, back, and down. Here's an opportunity to open the chest. Far too much during a normal day, we're slumping forward over computers or steering wheels, shopping carts, books, all kinds of things which contribute to, spine. As we age, the spine has that tendency to collapse, moving forward, avoiding the turtleneck idea. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's circle the arms in the other direction. Again, noticing any differences. Breathing into any areas that feel like they need it. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out the arms, shoulders. Legs can stay the same. Knees are soft. Big inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Fingers stretch to sky. Exhale, press. Lifting and squeezing. Lifting. Let's just do 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Really nice. And then the arms can come out to the side. See if you can just drop the shoulders away from the ears. Arms are straight, palms face the floor. Now we're bouncing our invisible tennis balls onto the floor. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come to stillness. They're still straight. You're going to flip the palms towards the sky. Now you're bouncing the tennis balls off the ceiling. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's slowly lower the arms down, resisting the gravity. It's tempting to let them collapse. Don't do that. Shake everything out. And now here we're going to slice the air in front and the back of the body. So you're not touching the body with your arms. You're slicing the air in front and back for 8, 7, 6. This feels good to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep moving, keep twisting. Now you're going to twist and look over the shoulder to the wall behind you. Breathing. You can touch the body now. So you're giving the spine a nice twist. You're looking over the shoulder, giving a squeeze to the vertebra and all the spongy discs between the vertebra. We'll do 8, 7. Arms like empty coat sleeves. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And slowly, slowly coming down to stillness. Shake everything out. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to take either the 4 fingers together with little, meeting the thumbs. So you're making a little bird beak shape with your hands. You're going to plug those bird beaks right below the collarbone, the clavicle. The legs can stay relatively wideish. You're going to take the right foot slightly farther forward than the left. And you're going to get a rocking motion going. That bent right elbow comes forward. It circles back as you twist and look behind you. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back and squeeze. Oh, yeah. Rocking motion in the whole body as you go forward and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to neutral with the feet. Shake everything out. And now that left foot goes slightly farther forward. Left bent elbow going forward, circling back, looking over the shoulder. Rocking forward, circling back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now left foot meets the right. You've still got your hands here plugged under the collarbone. Now the arms are coming into goddess arms in yoga. Inhale. Well, this could be a baby back bend as you gaze at the sky. Exhale, close the arms, the forearms together, just slightly round the spine. Not too much. Opening up the chest. Exhale, squeeze forward. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's reopen. And now the arms stay in goddess as you twist right, back to center, left, center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Staying here and just arms forward, parallel to the earth. Reopen, maybe baby back bend. Exhale forward, open it up. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming slowly down with those arms. Oh, shake them out. Relief. And now the feet can come in a little more narrower. Let's just swing the arms forward and back. Shake them out. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly shaking that out, giving it a nice wiggle. And you might want to take your chair. If you're using a yoga mat, place it along the narrow end of your mat. Or you might wish to take a block for your support. Or you may wish to use nothing, so you can choose. So either the chair's in front, we've got a tall block in front, or you may need nothing, so you can decide. I'll go with the chair this morning. I'm going to use the back of the chair for my support. The legs are nice and wide, the toes point out 30 to 45. And try to remember that whole torso is going to stay upright, just like a piston. So you're not lurching forward. All right, here we go. Knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 8 or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Lift right heel, place it down. Left heel, place it down. So you're shifting the weight side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Staying down. And now coming back up. Arms come out. 5-pointed star in yoga. Inhale. Arms come down. Knees bend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Straighten the legs, heel toe the feet together, or step the feet together. Now I'm flipping the chair around. Now I'm going to face the chair seat. Now I'm going to take the hands on the rim of the chair seat. The body is making the shape of a right angle, so you're not going to let the head dangle here. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. Nice flat back. You can serve tea on your back, no spills. And now from here again, the legs come out nice and wide. You may wish to have a block handy. And this just depends upon the proportion of your arms and your legs. So there's no set thing for everyone. You might want to just stack your palms here and rest your forehead on the stacked palms. Legs are wide. I'm going to use the low block, and I'm going to stack my forehead on the low block. And I've got my hands on the chair seat. Now imagine there's a strap around your hips that's pulling you to the wall behind. And the crown of the head is pressing forward as best you can, given how you've stacked your palms or your block. And we're going to stay here, stretching out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Staying with the same with the legs. Just come on up off of your block in your chair seat. Now you're going to place your right hand directly under your face, either on the block or the chair seat. The legs are still wide. Left arm is going to go straight up to sky. So it's a wide leg standing twist. If that top arm is too much, you can rest it on the sacrum. So you can decide for 4, 3, 2, 1. If the top arm is straight, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down slowly, slowly. Coming back to center. Now the left hand is directly underneath the face. The right arm comes up. Or it goes to sacrum if the right arm, the top arm is too much, straight arm. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Triple slow time. Nice and easy. Here again, heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. And then you're going to use the back of the chair to rise up nice and slow. I'm going to shift to parallel so you can see in profile. So we're still going to face our chair seat. Again, the body makes a right angle. You're not letting the head dangle. It's a nice flat back. Let's go ahead and shift the weight into your right leg. I won't mirror you this time. Inhale, bent knee. Exhale, donkey kicks behind. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat that leg, point the toe, touch down and lift. Touch down and lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat, rebend the left knee, bring it out to the side, circling in the air with the bent knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now that leg comes out to the side. So it's perpendicular to your mat. Now you're just going to shift right. You're going to shift left. Right and left. See if you can stay in the same plane. So you're not lifting up in the middle. Big shift side to side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Left foot returns underneath your chair seat. Let's micro bend the knees, left and right, and turning so you can see. Nice. And now we'll do the other side. So now the weight is in your left leg, right bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bend. Donkey kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-extend, float, point the toe, touch down, and lift. Touch down and lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. We bend right knee, draw it in, and then out to the side on the right. Circle with the knee. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Slowly rise up. Shake out the wrists. You might need some wrist recovery. Very good. Now I'm going to put the chair off to the side for now. If you might want to use the chair if you don't have the blocks, but you need some support, you can decide. I'm going to have that block here. And now a little more work for the legs. Keep that torso upright as best you can. Knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Bending and straightening. This time we'll stay down. Right forearm rests on right thigh. And your left hand can rest either on mat, tall block, chair seat, or nothing. The left leg is straight. The left heel digs into the mat. The toes point to the sky. Meanwhile, you're pumping into the right hip. Little pumps here. We'll do 8, 7, there's many as you can manage. 6, don't let the head dangle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gliding through center. Left forearm on left thigh. Right hand on mat. Block, chair seat, or nothing. You're not letting the head dangle. You're pumping into the left hip. And that right leg is straight now. Big stretch for that adductor muscle. Right heel is into the mat. Toes point to sky. Pumps to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. And then staying in the center here. I have my block on the second highest setting. Shake the head, yes. Getting used to being upside down. Shake the head, no. And maybe some Mr. Ed here. Or not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the hands back through the legs until you come to your optimum stretch here. The knees can be fairly soft. Don't lock those knees. So you're stretching behind you through the legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands walk forward. Maybe they come to a block. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together slowly. Your own rhythm, your own pace. The feet come directly under the hips. The toes point forward. I'll do this in profile. So the hands start at the ankles. A series of flat back lifts. Hands drag along the shins. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And let's go hands to the thighs. You're going to stack the bones, stack the bones, stack the bones. Coming to standing nice and slow. Remember to open that chest. And then one hand on heart, one hand on belly, just as a pause here. And now noticing where the energy has shifted in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi, life force moving throughout the system. We're also moving our lymph, which has no pumping mechanism. So let's do some 3-part Durga breath. Inhale, belly expands like a balloon. Inhale as it goes up to the ribs, the collarbones, and then noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, noticing the silence at the top. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. 2 more like this on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then shake everything out. Let's take the legs about maybe shoulder width apart. You're going to keep facing forward. So the chest is square to the front of your screen or your space. You're not going to torque off left or right. The hands can come by the side of the legs. So one hand slides down the outside of the right leg and the left fist goes into the left armpit. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale, sliding left, right fist into right armpit. So it's nice and slow. We're giving a tug to those intercostal muscles attached to the side ribs. Those need to be kept hydrated, lubricated. Any of that tissue becomes ossified. And when the lungs go to expand and it runs into, hard ossified material, you're not getting full expansion of the lungs. So we keep these little babies nice and lubricated. One more time, each side, exhale, inhale. Inhale, exhale, either way, shake it out. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and shrug and drop. Shrug and drop. 8, 7, you could add weights. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Occurred to me we didn't do the shot that goes side to side. We're going to do it here. So that was just a little warm up for this is called half moon pose, but it's going to be a very much supported half moon pose. You may just wish to watch it. If you have an available wall, that's the perfect solution, really, because then you're not worrying about balance so much. You're not worrying about toppling over. So if you've got your chair here, and I need a block, because I have short arms, you may not need one. And then we're going to stay near the wall here. So I've got this whole wall for support. That's the whole idea. So I'm going to take the legs wide. I'm not leaning up against the wall, but I know it's there for support. It's maybe a couple of inches away. So from here, we've got the legs wide. And we're going to just bend the knees. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And now we're going to stay down as you move side to side. Nice and gentle. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the hand is going to rest on the chair seat or the block. And then you're going to maybe leave your foot on the earth. You could be up against the wall, so you know you're not going to fall. Or you could raise that top leg out, and then you're going to open up. Now you don't have to worry about falling because you've got the wall for support. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Half moon support. And I'll touch down and lift. Touch down and lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Foot lands. Knees go soft, come up into a squat, come back up, roll the shoulders, open the chest. So that's a modified half moon pose. Let's do the other side. So see, my chair is my friend here, and so is my blocks. Again, we'll do the same thing. I know I've got the wall here. Legs are wide, knees are soft. You're going to start shifting side to side. You won't have to worry about falling over because you've got the wall for support. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand comes to block the chair seat. Arm comes up. Maybe you want to leave that toe on the earth. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to get up near my wall here. And now we're going to lift the leg, maybe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pumps with the legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Good leg comes down. Come back to your squat. Straighten the legs, heel toe the feet together, or step the feet together. So that was half moon pose, modified. And that's a good way to try starting to do it because you've got the support of the wall. Ordinarily, you would be in the middle of your mat with nothing. You see, that's down the road somewhere. But no pressure. And again, no competition. Just doing what you know the body is willing to do. You don't want to get hurt. So from here, let's go ahead and I'm going to take the blocks to the narrow end of the mat. I'm going to go down onto the earth. And if you have anxiety about that, you can use your chair to get up and down off the floor. Facing our chair seat, most of the weight will go in the arms. So you're going to shift the weight into one leg. One knee floats down, second knee joins it. You're on the earth. And to get back up, the same idea. Gripping that chair seat in whichever way feels stable, maybe assisting one leg forward, and then the back toes are tucked. Again, the weight goes in the arms. Inhale, press into the arms, lift the bum. 1 foot under the chair seat, 2nd foot under the chair seat, and then slowly rise up using the back of the chair for support. So you don't have to pop up. Doing that kind of an abrupt movement is a good way to get dizzy. You don't want anyone to pass out, fall over, whatever. So let's inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale up. Exhale, bow. 2 more, lifting and bowing. This time we stay over as we bow. Fingertips come to mat or blocks, low blocks. And here the feet are going to stay flat as you micro bend the knees left and right. So now we're stretching out that whole low back area that gets nice and tight and painful. So we're keeping everything hydrated, lubricated, and creating some space in it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness, hands either go on low blocks or mat. As you step into down dog, press the chest into the tops of the thighs. Now you can bicycle pedal your heels. Wag your fluffy dog butt or fluffy dog tail as you move for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming down to neutral. Loading the knees down to the mat. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. I'm getting my little bolster here. So here. With the legs folded, I'm taking my bolster and put it behind my knees to create space. And then I can press the hips back towards the heels. Now we're giving a huge stretch to the tops of the thighs, the quads, the tops of the feet. And the arms could be forward on the mat, or they could be beside your legs on the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach the mat, you have options. Number 1, stacked palms, resting forehead there. Stacked fists, rest the forehead there. Or a low block, resting the forehead there. And once you've organized your best version of child pose, maybe you could just melt into the mat, static press. Or you might wish to move side to side, little wiggles, micro movements. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to stillness in the center. Let's rise all the way up. I'm going to take that bolster away. And here you might wish to sit on a folded blanket or towel to help elevate the hips. All right. Oh. So now, when you're sitting on the earth, the tendency is to sort of collapse backward. You're going to try to come forward with the chest. If there's an imaginary hook here, leading the chest forward, back is flat. We're going to take the soles of the feet together. If the soles of the feet are kissing, tuck elbows into the soft part of the thigh, and sit as tall as possible as you rock side to side. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center, fold the legs, pull together. Everyone can have their legs straight, shake them out. Now, if you're in the chair, you can do this in the chair with your legs extended. Make sure the backs of your thighs are supported by the chair seat. You can flex and point the feet, toes pointing forward, and flexing as you work back. Spread the toes wide, sit nice and tall as best you can. Once you've got that organized, circle the ankles. And then you're going to circle the other way. Very nice. And then give the net a shake. Widen the legs just a little bit. Remember to sit nice and tall, feet stay flexed. External rotation with both feet, back to center. Internal rotation with both feet. External, internal. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Now you might wish to have a strap handy. You can grab a strap. So keep your right leg straight and your left. If you need to prop the bent left knee with a cloth or a cushion or a towel, that's fine. If you've got a strap, move it around the ball of the right foot. And on this one, you're also going to keep your back flat. So even at the ends of the strap as best you can. The torso faces forward, you're not torquing off left or right. And the idea here is just keeping the back flat. Remember that hook that's drawing you forward until you come to a sticking point, and there you will stop. So now you were probably noticing your hamstrings on the back of the right leg. You can say good morning to your hamstrings for 8, 7, 6, back is flat, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Flat back, come back to neutral with the torso. Very nice. Unwind your left leg. Bend your right. Remove the strap. I need to prop my right bent knee. And then with the leg coming straight forward, you will loop the strap around the ball of your left foot. Try to even out the ends as best you can. You're sitting tall, the back is flat. That hook is drawing you forward with a flat back until you come to your optimum, not your maximum, sticking point. And there you will pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center. Losing the strap. Putting that aside. Let's go ahead and take the legs into a big wide V. Again, you can pull the flesh away from the sits bones. You're going to keep the feet flexed, the toes and the knees point skyward. Inhale up. Exhale, reaching forward optimally. You plant those flat palms on your mat in front of you. And you're thinking about drawing the chest forward. Again, there's that invisible strap around your hips, pulling you to the wall behind. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. Adding little wiggles, maybe, maybe not. See how that feels. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Slowly, just very slightly, draw the legs together, not too much, maybe an inch inward. Then you're going to slightly bend the knees. With your forearms, you're going to slide the forearms underneath the calves on either side. The chest is moving forward, but you're not rounding the back. And now you're going to straighten the legs, drawing the chest closer to the mat in front of you. This is called tortoise pose in yoga. We'll pause here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. We bend slightly the knees. You can remove the forearms. And then draw those legs together. Nice and easy. Shake everything out. Now let's go ahead and face an arrow into the mat. If you're in your chair, you can tilt back, get close to the front of your chair seat, and then tilt flat back. And then you can move your legs up and down. You might want to move half and half, 4 and 4. I'm going to go for 8 with both. The lower legs are parallel to the earth. Lift the chest, drop shoulders away. Grab the backs of thighs, not the knees. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. Extend the arms maybe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Little open, little squeeze. Little open, little squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center. And then just getting the chest through the knees. And just in the chair, you can just fold forward a bit. Oh, nice. And now I'm going to grab a block. You could grab a weight or nothing. The hands could be intertwined. The fingers could be intertwined. And then we're just going to take one lower leg and twist side to side. See how far you can twist. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Foot comes down, hop comes down. Chest through those knees just to recover. And then come back, squeezing the navel to spine, lifting the chest, dropping shoulders. Lower leg. Other lower leg. Twisting side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Squeeze the prop, leg comes down, chest comes through those knees. And then we're going to roll down vertebra by vertebra onto the back body. You want to have weights handy nearby. It's a good idea. And I'm going to come all the way down and draw the knees into the chest. So the back of the neck is long on your mat. Maybe you want to rock side to side here. This is massaging the whole back body. This feels pretty good here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back down. Feet return to the mat. Let's take a strap. We're going to loop it around the ball of your left foot. I'm not going to mirror you. Even out the ends of the strap. And then draw that left straight leg towards your face. The foot stays flexed. Breathing. Let's pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's just bend that knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Bending, straightening. Let's keep it straight. Now, both ends of the mat, strap goes into the left hand. Right hand anchors your right hip bone. The left leg drops off to the left. And then the right hip bone wants to lift off the mat and stop with your left leg. Flex and point the foot. Circle the ankle. That right straight thigh is like a railroad track. It's not splayed out to the side. And then bringing that to stillness. Let's inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten it away. Bending and straightening for 2 more. Bending and straightening. Nice. With straight leg, come back to center. The 2 ends of the strap go into the right hand. Now the left straight leg drops to the right. It doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. If you feel the stretch in your outer left hip, you've done the work. So pausing here, Gonna bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Bending, extending. Very nice. Coming back to center. Rebending the knee, losing the strap. And now the strap loops around the ball of the right foot. Even out the ends of your strap, this left leg stays straight and true. You're not letting it drop off to the side. You're going to draw that right straight leg towards the chest. The foot is flexed. Your right hand is going to ground your left hip bone. Inhale, bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. 2 more. Keep that leg straight, drop it off to the right. And then the left hip wants to rise up, you stop with the right leg. Flex and point the foot, spread the toes wide, circle the ankle. Breathing, don't hold the breath. Bringing the foot to stillness. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, stretch it away. Bending and stretching. 2 more. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bring it back to center. The 2 ends of the strap go to the left hand. The right straight leg drops to the left. It doesn't have to go to the floor. You could even land it on the block or cushion on the block. Breathing, stretching that outer right hip. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more. Bending, extending, bending, extending, coming back up. Moving the strap. Go ahead and just draw the knees into the chest. Give it a little rock here just to recover. Let's circle on the sacrum. That's that bony part of the low back here. It's close to the bum. It's not up here by the kidneys. Circle the other direction. Breathing. And then coming to center, splay the knees wide, the feet float in the air. Grab the ankles. Arms, weight of arms opens up the hip crease. Maybe you want to move your feet, flex and point. Do your little choreography with your feet. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Knees close together. Stay on your back. Oh my word. Time just flies, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and straighten the legs out of the mat. One more thing. Have a block handy just in case. You're going to bend your right knee. Left knee, sorry, your left knee. The right leg is straight. And you're going to take the left ankle and place it on top of the right thigh. And then drop the left bent knee to the left. If you want a more advanced version, you slide the ankle behind the back of the right thigh and then drop it off to the left. So 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now you're going to unwind your left leg. It's going to go straight. Bend the right knee. Right ankle crosses on top of left thigh. Not the kneecap, the thigh. And the right bent knee can drop off to the right onto a block, or maybe you push it on a block. That's option 1. This more advanced version is slipping the right ankle behind the back of the left thigh, and then dropping the right bent knee off to the side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Unwinding. Rebending both knees. Press the feet into the earth, lift the hips, slide the block underneath the sacrum. We're just going to lift the legs up here, shake the legs out, and then we're going to kick ourselves in the butt to conclude. For 4, 3, 2, kick those legs. 1, nice, and then slowly, slowly coming to stillness. Feet land. Press the feet into the mat, lift the hips, slide the block away. Roll the spine down on the mat like a string of pearls. Arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees on the mat. Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose, feet can flop off to the side. If you want to support the low back, maybe roll something under the knees so that the low back isn't tilting forward. If flat on the back doesn't work, feet mat width apart, knees not together in the center like the tent. Restorative rest pose. If that is unacceptable, then you can roll in one side, stack your hips and legs, rest your head on the upper arm, with a cushion and a block, perhaps. If you have an available wall and would like to put the legs up the wall, that's a delicious way to do Shavasana. Or you could lie on the mat on your back with your low legs on your chair seat, another delicious version of Shavasana. Or you could sit in your chair, feet flat, crown of head lifting up to sky, nice long spine. And once that's organized, just allowing the eyes to drop closed, scanning the body for any residual tension that might remain, and breathing into those areas. Noticing deep relaxation forming in the feet, and that warmth from the imaginary hot tub moves into the feet, the ankles, the low legs, and then the knees. Then it moves into the thighs, legs and feet becoming more and more heavy. From there, it moves into hips and pelvis. The low back releases, the buttocks release. From there, it moves into the hips, the pelvis, and then into the waist and torso, enveloping ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, colon, all those vital organs marinating in delicious relaxation. It moves into the chest and shoulders, rolling down both arms all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here are some words from Pema Chodron. An important part of meditation practice is to non-aggressively drop that ongoing conversation in our head and joyfully come back to the present, being present in the body, being present in the mind, not envisioning the future or reliving the past, but if only briefly, showing up for this very moment. By cultivating non-judgmental openness to ourselves and to whatever arises, to our surprise and delight, we will find ourselves genuinely welcoming the never pin downable quality of life, experiencing it as a friend, a teacher, and a support, and no longer as an enemy. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. If you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. That's if you're on the earth, of course. And then as you're ready, rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.